Hello there and welcome to this week's edition of Eye on Port. It's a special edition of Eye on Port. Eye on Port is brought to you by Star Assurance, UT Logistics, the Royal Bank and Ghana Community Network Services. The reason I say this week's edition is a special one is because look behind me, the vessel, the very giant vessel that you see there. It's been towed by those two vessels, that is TT Yadi and the other one also behind me there. And you can see the Marine Police also just on my left hand side. This is what everybody has been waiting for in this particular country. It's the car power barge that we've all been talking about. It sailed all the way from Turkey. It's now in the waters of Ghana. It's at the Tema Harbour right now. We are towing it down to where it's supposed to berth, the fishing harbour, and that's where we are going right now. So look behind me, those two tugboats there are just gradually tagging this particular vessel, the car power barge, all the way to the fishing harbour. It's a special edition. We're going to engage the men who brought this particular barge into the Ghanaian waters. This is exclusive because we are coming all the way from the anchorage. This is where a lot of vessels wait before they are towed into the port. On my right hand side, a lot of vessels are waiting at the anchorage, but on my left hand side, this barge is alone here because it's huge and it needs to have a space. We will be back with a lot more interviews on this barge, plus many more, only on Eye on Port. Engineer, how long have we been traveling bringing this barge?
Just almost about two nautical miles. When the barge gets to the anchorage, right? I don't know where we are now. It's left is about 8 cables now. Then we get to the fishing, the inner fishing harbour. Okay.
Since we started the journey, how have we encountered any challenge?
We haven't encountered any challenge. The waves is alright, it's good. The stability is okay. The weather is okay. So we are on course coming.
Okay. And since we got the information that the barge has been in, has the waters been stable for us?
The water has been very calm. It has been very calm.
This barge was on a bigger vessel that went to Cote d'Ivoire because Abidjan, the Abidjan waters have a deeper draft, and so the vessel was able to, that big vessel was able to go to Abidjan, and then the barge was towed with some tugboat all the way from Cote d'Ivoire to this place.
Yes, we've been waiting for this asset into the country long ago, and Navy as our traditional role to protect the territorial integrity of the nation. Assets, oil rigs, whatever, at sea is our responsibility to protect. Generally, we have to provide a safe and security environment for economic development. So this vessel, when it entered our waters in Cote d'Ivoire, one of our ships, arriving with that vessel, escorted it to Winneba, and another vessel from Tema Port also took over the escort till entered harbour. For security, yes, we have been taxed by higher command to provide the security of the power barge, the staff, and all the assets that will accompany this power barge to create that enable environment for us to produce that power. So we have mapped out our security, 24-hour security, not only in the harbour, but also at sea and at the anchorages, in collaboration with other security services, the Marine Police, the Port Authorities, the BNI. We are working together to provide such a security for the whole operation.
So that's the Ghana Armed Forces also together, the military and then the Ghana Navy put together. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 8 of them. All of them also trying to protect this barge coming into the port of Tema. So there's a lot of security on here. The port security is ready. The Ghana Armed Forces is also ready. The police, Marine Police is ready. All of them guiding and guarding this particular barge.
Very happy about it and grateful that it's landed safely without any difficulty. Yeah, we have all been waiting for it and we've been preparing towards its arrival. And since we heard that it's in Anchorage, we have been part of the security team which have been monitoring it and following it up to its berth at the fishing harbour. As part of our duty, we do Anchorage patrols, and then we do it 24 hours every day. So once the car power started coming into our, we intensify our patrols, and we have been, it's part of our normal duty. And this one, we keep closely monitoring of the barge, so that we'll give it security in conjunction with the other security agencies, so that it comes safely without any problem.
So security has been tight.
Very tight. Very tight.
For all those whiles.
What we can tell you to tell the folks and the stakeholders and the fishing board is caged.
And it's ready to receive the badge.
We've already held meetings with them that fishing board is not going to be like fishing board before. Before you have anything to do with fishing board, we need to vet you. What do you have to do at fishing board? What are you come to do at fishing board? By the way we do at the port. If you don't have any business doing at fishing board, we even give you a pass.
So a lot of security there because particularly because of this badge. Good. So we are getting close. We are getting close to the fishing harbour, and it looks like a lot of things are set. Now, engineer, it looks like we're almost entering in there, right?
Right.
We are moving into the breakwater where the breakwater is. We have already entered the port.
We've already entered the port.
Okay.
To bait.
Okay. So what next? What are we to see next?
Yeah. Now, after the proceeding, then we moor him. Then.
What do you mean by moor him?
That means
for those who don't know.
Yeah.
Is that where you have a rope and then you tie it against the vessel?
Yeah, then we build at a position.
You can see a number of people who are waiting for this vessel, this barge to get to the Tema Harbour. All these people are waiting. The engineers also are waiting. The security people, we see the Navy, the military, the police, all of them are showing up there. And very soon we should be landing this particular barge at the fishing harbour.
The Port Authority and the Car Power Company actually went the extra mile because this is a breakwater. This area that we are standing is a breakwater, and Car Power had to invest some money in building 2 dolphins and in putting up bollards to be able to receive the vessel. Before the barge even set sail from Turkey, some of my marine operation chaps, the pilots, had to visit Turkey to see how they will maneuver this barge into the port. Considering the dimension, the length, and the various characteristics of the barge, they took various measurements, took the depth of the water into consideration, and gave advice to Car Power Ship as to how the barge will be berthed. And when the barge actually arrived in Ghanaian waters, we need to get tugboats which can easily maneuver in this basin, and we had to call for assistance from Takoradi Port, which gave us 1 tugboat. Yes, it arrived yesterday. One came earlier on, about 2 months ago, all waiting to receive this barge to berth. Unfortunately, these tugboats, in addition to the 3 we have on standby, managed with the professionals we have on board to put the vessel, the barge into the port safely. Now we see it's very safe at berth, and very soon all the necessary activities will begin on it.
Let me say that over the last weekend, the Port Authority was giving the best public relations organization in the public sector category. Also, the Port Authority was given the best campaign project of the year. PR campaign of the year went to the Port Authority. And what campaign was it? A lot of people are not aware. The port mounted a vigorous campaign called Tema Port Integrity Campaign to bring unethical practices within the port to bear. The director of port, for instance, issued an order that no port user should take any protocol goods out of the port. It was lauded immensely by stakeholders within the port.
The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, GPHA, was the only organization to win a double at this year's Institute of Public Relations Awards. GPHA won the overall PR campaign of the year with its integrity campaign, and also won PR Organization of the Year Public Sector category at a ceremony in Accra.
The campaign had smart objectives which had measurable targets and adopted strategies and tactics, leading to desirable outcomes and outcomes that satisfied the aspirations of the organization and impacted positively on the otherwise tarnished organizational reputation and increased business and profitability. The winner of the PR campaign of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we put our hands together for the Ghana Ports and Harbour Authority.
The awards come few months after Ghana's port were named the best performing ports at the maiden edition of the African Ports Awards held in the Ivorian city of Abidjan. The citation said GPH's stakeholder engagement had been exemplary in building a positive image for the company, which continued to grow in reputation. The MD of Stanbic Bank,
charged CEOs of organizations to take responsibility of whatever PR communication that emanates from staff in order to avert an irresponsible PR.
If you have a PR construct where individuals are not responsible for what they communicate, what truth they want to show to the world, then you are going to have irresponsible PR.
Reverend Dr. Joyce Ayi, former CEO of Ghana Chamber of Commerce, who was named the 2014 Public Relations Personality of the Year, said PR is a mission, not a job, hence the need for practitioners to use communication to make lives better.
It is time for IPR to do a cleansing of this profession. But I think perhaps what we need to do is to really let people know that doing PR is not a job, it's a mission.
The Marketing and Public Relations Manager of GPHA, Paul Asariansan, said GPHA will improve its performance and also offer best services to customers.
The support that we had from the Directors of Port, from the Director General, has brought us this far, and we are going to be motivated to do even better than we have done. Next year we are going to win more awards by the improvement of performance we are going to put up.
Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, is also the Director General of the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, said he is all out for public relations, and he is ensuring that every effort is made to engage the public immensely. He himself has been to radio stations, radio studios, answering questions from the members of the public, and he thinks it's about time even public relations leads the way in this country, even in governance.
The Director General of Ghana's Ports Authority has expressed joy over GPHA's emergence as the best PR organization of the year ahead of all public sector organizations in Ghana. He said the award goes a long way to demonstrate that the Ports Authority's presence among the public is very strong.
What it means first and foremost is that the Ghanaian population, and for the matter the outside world, is seeing us through the media, which is very relevant, very important. And that they also they also recognizing the fact that we are bringing the Port and Harbours Authority activities to the people through the media. Whatever we are doing, we are getting the people educated about the activities in the port. That we are also bringing the concerns of the importer, the exporter through our ports to the media. That above all, we are also taking recognition of the fact that we are marketing the ports.
Ladies and gentlemen, shall we put our hands together for the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority with a campaign, Tema Port Integrity Project. Tema Port Integrity Project.
According to Richard Anamu, when one is given the opportunity to serve the public, the least you can do is respond to the needs of the people and regularly engage them with the truth.
So we are a public organization, and we are therefore answerable to the public. And that's why we occasionally appear before the Public Accounts Committee. So what is the meaning of appearing before the Public Accounts Committee? I mean, you go there to answer for some of the things that you are doing. So by using the media, we are already telling the people that this is who we are, and we open up our systems for the public to get to know what we do.
He added that the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority intends to do more to be accountable to the public and address all issues that bother port users, and hope that very soon people will import items and without even coming to the port, their cargoes will be delivered to their homes at reasonable cost.
Public relations or the PR media and other things should really come up. All public institutions, I strongly believe in that principle. As I said, we have nothing to hide. A public institution should have nothing to hide. Because if you hide it, the Public Accounts Committee will hold you responsible.
We're still bringing you this special edition of Eye on Port, happening live about 1.5 miles away from the main port of Tema. We are bringing the much anticipated power barge with this able security men of the Port Authority, also the engineering department of the Port Authority, the Marine Police, and all of them. They are bringing this power barge to you. In the meantime, this is still Eye on Port. We return pretty shortly after the break.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got I sing about. There ain't no limitations to your amazing grace, your amazing grace. And there's something about the way your love shines on my face. Oh no, I can never get enough of you.
Star Assurance, creating smiles since 1985. Let go. Let's celebrate 30 years of solid partnership. Star Assurance, your solid partner.
I'll take care of you.
There's a place in my heart that makes me feel that you're the one. It's a place I wanna be, 'cause satisfaction guaranteed. From strength to strength you help me grow, 'cause you're there for me. And teach me how to be independent, 'cause you
The Royal Bank.
The Royal Bank.
The Royal Bank.
Banking with transparency, commitment to integrity.
The Royal Bank.
The Royal Bank. The Royal Bank.
The Royal Bank. Real banking, real difference.
UT Logistics have come to stay. When you approach a job like the way we approach it, each job is unique. Each client is unique. We provide the best service in the system. We have best staff. We are very fast. We are quick, and we save customers a lot of money.
Well, the Port Ladies Association have held their 20th anniversary. A number of things happened. They got some tutorials, they met people, they went on flute and all of that. Also, a very important personality of the port has bowed out, and that is the director of the Port of Takoradi, Captain James Owusu Kranting, has ended his service with the Port Authority after 16 years of working with the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. All of that coming up next in news and activities happening in and around the port.
The much anticipated Car Power barge would in the coming days be hooked to the Ghana Grid Company's Smelter 2 station at Tema, ahead of a test run to be conducted on the facility. Members of the Tema Traditional Council poured libation at the facility to signify a safe arrival and a successful production and evacuation of power at the facility. The power barge would in the ensuing days begin the production of some 235 megawatts of electricity to enable Gridco evacuate the power from the facility for distribution. The Power Minister, Dr. Kwabena Donkor, who led a high-level government delegation as well as officials from the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation and the Electricity Company of Ghana, said President Mahama is expected to do an official commissioning of the facility in the ensuing weeks. The Chief Executive Officer of Car Power Ghana, addressing the media, indicated the project is one of the quickest power barges produced at a very lower cost of the company.
The National Development Planning Commission, NDPC, has held a meeting with stakeholders in the port and maritime industry to discuss the 40-year National Development Plan and the role the port community can play. Various stakeholder organizations, including the Ghana Shippers Authority, Ghana Railway Development Authority, Customs, Navy, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, amongst others, shared their vision towards Ghana's development agenda. The Director General of the NDPC, Dr. Nimoy Thompson, explained the significance of the need to have all-inclusiveness in the Ghana Shared Growth and Development Plan.
Governance and institutional development. We always talk about maintenance culture. We need to begin to develop that as part of infrastructure development.
The Director General of GPHA, Richard Anamu, said the port is taking steps to be ahead of the nation's vision in order to meet the development needs of the country.
So our mission is therefore to provide efficient port facilities. The underlying word is efficient port facilities, not just any facility, and ensure that there is quality of services to our port users.
He urged central governments to institute policies that will ensure reforms across all sectors of the economy.
The Ghana Community Network Services has presented an amount of 12 million Ghana cedis to government as interim dividend for the fiscal year 2015. Dr. Noti Omabo, Executive Chairman of the Ghana Community Network Services, who presented the check to the Ministry of Finance, said aside the direct dividend payment, government had also received other indirect dividends through payments to the Ghana Shippers Authority and the Ghana Commercial Bank.
This year, despite the fact that we are continuing with the rollout into the various tax offices, our board has met and the shareholders, including GRA, have met, and a dividend in the amount of 12 million Ghana cedis has been declared.
Dr. Omabo said government's investment in GCNet had been very beneficial and also showcased how public-private partnership could be effective and mutually rewarding. He said that dividend payments had been made within the context of a number of investments that were being made by GCNet to enhance the various systems that it had deployed.
Initially, the focus of our activities was with the Ghana Customs Management System, and over the years this has expanded to the extent that we now provide a platform under the modernization initiatives of the Ghana Revenue Authority to collect domestic taxes.
Mona Helen Korte, a Deputy Minister of Finance who received the check, said Ghana's budget deficit had been brought down, making it important to support the revenue agencies to make more impact in revenue collection.
But on the revenue front, which is so precious, we've also had some reforms. The Ghana Revenue Authority, their tax administration reforms, new bills have gone through Parliament and been passed. And a lot of effort has gone on from our side and your side and some of our new entrants to ensure that our revenue targets have been met and even exceeded.
The Deputy Minister asserted that government was supporting the Ghana Revenue Authority in putting up some tax reforms and commended the revenue collecting agency's drive to generate more revenue for government. A colorful ceremony has been held to mark the retirement of the Director of the Port of Takoradi, Captain James Owusu-Kranting, after 16 years of service with the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Captain James Owusu-Kranting was known to be a very vibrant man and described by many as someone who loved his job and would do anything to see to its success. Captain James Owusu-Kranting was born on the 26th of October 1955 at Chebi in the eastern region of Ghana. He obtained his GCE O-level and A-level certificate at Ghana Secondary Technical School, GSTS, in the Western region. He worked with the then Black Star Line as an apprentice deck cadet and later promoted to third officer in charge of navigation watch, supervision of cargo operations on board, and also in charge of fire and safety equipment.
Then I cannot leave this podium without recognizing the advice, assistance, and encouragement given to me by no-mean persons like A. Nana Koblan Ketia IV, Paramount Chief of Esikado, for his immense education on the history, local politics, and conditions in the Twin City with regards to the port expansion. B. Mr. Jordan Igendal, the MD, Ghana Manganese Company.
Captain worked with the Iran National Shipping Line from 1988 to 1989 and Ethiopia National Shipping Line in 1991. He later joined OT Africa Line in 1992 to 1998 and among others became the ship's medical officer. He then joined GPHA as a senior pilot from 1993 to 2003 and subsequently promoted to chief pilot in 2004. He later became the harbour master from 2005 to 2007. In 2012, he became the acting director of Takoradi Port to spearhead the transformational projects there. Under the stewardship of Captain James Owusu-Kranting, the Port of Takoradi's transformational project accelerated and has culminated in various projects completed, while others are currently underway in the port. Notable among them are the extension of the breakwater to 1.08 kilometer northward, dredging of the new bulk jetty to 14 meters, installation of a desalination plant, the development of the Viking berth, among others. Dignitaries present at the send-off ceremony, including the Deputy Regional Minister of the Western Region and the Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, paid tribute to the former Director of Port of Takoradi.
The outgoing Director of Ports has been hardworking and exemplary in the discharge of his duties.
He has been very cooperative with the Regional Coordinating Council on many fronts. His dedication to community has contributed significantly towards the peaceful ambience that prevails in the Takoradi Port.
And therefore, when there was a need for me to get somebody for Takoradi Port, I needed somebody who could work 24 hours non-stop on his feet. We knew that we were going to demolish structures, and we needed somebody who could stand on his feet and face all the challenges. And thank God, Captain rose up to those challenges, and for which I'm most grateful.
Captain James Owusu Kranting handed over to Captain Ebenezer Fedzi, who will be acting as the director of the Port of Takoradi.
The Port Ladies Association Plus of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority (GPHA) has launched its 20 years anniversary with a call on members to be united and remain committed to their duties.
We acknowledge that our management has leveled the playing field, and therefore we are empowered. It is therefore up to us to rise up and take advantage of the opportunities available, ensure that we are making a positive impact.
Plus started 20 years ago with just a lady. Today, there are over 50 ladies as members. The director of Tema Port, Jacob Adoko, charged the association to contribute towards achieving the vision of the port.
Behind every successful organization in this country, ladies and gentlemen, there are very strong and supporting ladies. And behind GPHA, they are you.
Joyce Ayi, guest speaker of the launch, admonished members of PLUS to exhibit professional integrity.
Integrity is cultivated and maintained by making repeated decisions to live up to our values and our commitments. It is often difficult.
The anniversary is on the theme, Ladies, Arise and Be Empowered for Greater Impact.
I've got no need to worry. I've got no room for doubt. No matter what's coming at me, you'll always be the beautiful I sing about. There ain't no limitations to your amazing grace. Your amazing grace. And there's something about the way your love shines on my face. Oh no, I can never get enough of you.
Star Assurance, creating smiles since 1985. Let go. Let's celebrate 30 years of solid partnership. Star Assurance, your solid partner.
I'll take care of you.
Banking with transparency, commitment to integrity. The Royal Bank, the Royal Bank.
The Royal Bank, real banking, real difference.
We've all heard stories about ports, about difficulties and challenges at the port. We think that to bring transparency to the port is very important for both the end consumers and even the people, some of the agents who work within the port. This program is very, very critical, and I think everybody who is involved in the port, in businesses that has impact on the port one way or the other, should make it a point to view it.
Shadows of vessels that are sitting in the port, those that are coming from anchorage, including the power barge, and those that are expected for the next week, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rate. Next on your screen. Well, we've always been encouraging you to send in your concerns and questions as far as dealing with the port is concerned. We say that anytime you come to the port trying to export or import, and if you have challenges, please, the addresses you can see below the screens there, send us your concerns and we will be glad to share them with the rest of the world and also bring you answers. In the meantime, somebody is reporting of his missing Audi Q7. They say they held 53,000 Ghana cedis to the customs office to go get their Audi Q7, but they can't find it. What answers do customs have for them? We will be talking to the Commissioner of Customs coming up next week. In the meantime, take a listen to his concern.
That was the first message he gave my wife, that even though your husband's story is a sad one, that he needs to get his car right away, but as you can see, my hands are tied and the situation is beyond my control, because the order came from above for him to give my Audi Q7 to somebody who deserves it than myself. They said that particular one, in as much as we have the money to pay for the cars, they also, as the custom officers, have the government interest to protect. And my wife was holding the money in her hand, crying.
It's exclusive. This is where we've been able to bring you the Car Power Badge, how it sailed all the way from about 2 nautical miles into the Tema port, live on this boat, the security patrol boat. And a lot of thanks to all these crew members, the port security, their officer is here, the marine engineering, they are also here. They have been doing tremendous amount of work throughout the entire day. Thank you for watching. I also thank my crew and the entire team here. Thanks to Robert Nyantechi, my cameraman, also Godwin Kabute, a cameraman. Joe Lavo also assisted the production, is the visual editor. Solomon Anderson assisted the production. The executive producer is Paul Asariansa. Thank you.